Good afternoon.
Hey, Coach. Why don't you go ahead with an opening statement, and we'll start taking some questions.
Yeah, obviously one of those days. It felt good for us to do that. I was really pleased with our defense. I thought we did a really nice job of disrupting their patterns, their rhythms, their sets, trying to take those away. We had a really good idea coming in that we would get a heavy dose of Marcus Carr and Mashburn. Those two guys have been playing extremely well. Mashburn coming off two career highs. Again, Richard's in a tough spot. He's got a man down, a guy who's got a lot of experience in Kalsher. And then Liam was not healthy, but I'm really proud of our guys. It was a 40-minute defensive effort. We talked a lot about them being 13-1 at home, and their wins are electric. I mean, their wins are Michigan, their wins Ohio State, Iowa. They've beaten the best this league has, so our guys were focused. Obviously, Iowa's triple-double. Knew about it with a little bit to go in the game, left him in for a little bit to get it. But I thought our execution on the offensive end was great. 27 assists, 10 turnovers. And yet that's when Iowa rebounds like that. We're electric offensively because his defense turns into offense for us, and he's spraying it. Everybody saw what Kofi and Georgie can do running the floor. And then I thought we did a great job of throwing the ball up to Kofi, throwing it up to Georgie, throwing it up to Jermaine, letting them go get it. And our guards made the right reads today.
Okay, we'll open up Gavin Good first, Robert Rosenthal on deck, and then Derek Piper. Go ahead.
Hey, Brad. Obviously, with the schedule to win the Big Ten, you guys are going to have to do almost all of it on the road. After that performance today,
who cares?
Right?
Who cares? Line them up. It is what it is. I'm so tired of talking about scheduling. Just bring them on. It doesn't matter who we play. This league's a monster. Next, who's next? This team's going to have to fight. They're going to have to play. It's unfortunate we can make excuses about the 3 games we had canceled or road games. I don't care. Let's go.
Iowa with the triple-double, but obviously he had a lot of help today, especially with Grandison and Trent, who got going early. What does that do for you guys?
Jacob was phenomenal early. I thought when the game was in the guts of the game early in the first half, his threes, he had 4 assists. He moved the ball. Jake is a great ball mover, and then picked his spots. And we knew after game 1 that Kofi was going to attract a lot of attention. But I thought Trent and Jacob were phenomenal early in terms of making other plays. And then we got out at the end of the half. We got out and got some easy baskets in transition, and that's where we all excel there.
Okay, Robert, and then Derek Piper on deck. Go ahead, Robert.
Coach, the under 4 timeout in the first half was a 5-point game. In the second half, 2.5 minutes into the second half, Coach Pitino takes a timeout because it's a 26-point game. Is that 6-minute stretch there about the best your team can play?
I hope not. I hope we got more than that. It was good. It was good. We talked a lot. I was very, very upset at the last 4 minutes of the first half of the Northwestern game and the way we ended that. And it was a lack of execution, casual turnovers. And then it's about starting the second half the right way. And obviously we tried to do a little 2-for-1 at the end of the half, and it ends up being a 3-for-2. Kind of possession. We had 3 possessions because of the steal and Trent's half court shot, but that momentum carries over, and all of a sudden, it's a 9 or 10, 11-point game, and all of a sudden it's 15 or whatever it was, and so I was excited to see that. And then we opened the second half and really kind of kept the pedal to the metal, and I was nice to see that.
And then I wanted to ask about Curbelo. He took a tumble off the top of the high court. Any updates there?
No, I think he just kind of jarred himself a little bit, kind of landed on his shoulder, but nothing serious beyond that.
Thanks.
Okay, Derek Piper and then Brett Behrens. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, Coach, 31 points in transition. That's always a point of emphasis, but was it more so in this game? Was there anything that you saw was an opportunity there?
Well, again, Derek, it was our defense. I mean, it was our ability to go rebound. I think you go back and you start looking at when our guards have big rebounding nights, usually our numbers in transition are pretty good. And again, here's a team in Minnesota that averages 80 a game at home. And, we had them in the mid 60s and that turned into easy offense. And, there's a correlation there between those guys rebounding and us guarding and easy baskets at the other end.
Did Io have to say anything to you to campaign for that triple double, or what was this conversation like?
He didn't even know. That was our staff, and I'm usually really sensitive to uniqueness like that, but I'm also unique to Richard's a good friend, and I didn't want him to think we were trying to keep that up, and so he had about a minute at the under 4 to try to get it, and he did, and he was coming out.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Brett Behrens and then Scott Ritchie.
Brad, you matched your 7-game winning streak from last year. What do you take away from that in the momentum you guys were able to create last year and doing it again now at the end of the year at the right time?
I think two completely different teams, two different scenarios. I think that our teams were in completely different positions. We were fighting for a position in the tournament not to play the first day, and now we're at a much different place, and our goals are different, our agenda is different. We're a better basketball team now than we were then, and all we can do is try to get better and get ready for the next one.
You've made your case multiple times, but how much does Io once again rewriting the record books today make his case for National and Big Ten Player of the Year?
Well, damn, I don't know who's any better. I mean, literally, I know guys have more publicity and more marketing and more this and that, but the numbers don't lie, and the productivity doesn't not lie, and the winning doesn't lie. And I have no idea who in the hell that anybody thinks is any better than him right now.
Okay, Scott Ritchie, you're up. Then Shannon Ryan. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Brad, it was 20 years between Sergio McLean's triple-double and Io's first, and now 2 weeks between Io's first and second. I mean, is there any way to even quantify maybe how special that is?
I think it happens when good players play on good teams. You can't go achieve a triple-double if you don't have guys making shots and you don't have other guys executing and you don't have unselfishness. And it's easy to go out and score a lot of points, and you usually look and you see those guys that, they have no assist. And that's not the case. And like I said, when in describing Io, I mean, it's winner, and it's all caps, every letter, and it's going to do whatever it takes to win. And it is very unique. And but I think it goes hand in hand with really good player playing on a good team with a bunch of great teammates.
And was it, Robbins maybe not being full go and like sitting most, good chunk of the second half that maybe let you get Kofi out of there a little sooner?
Yeah,
Give
I
him a
mean,
little
I mean, it's we're trying to do really big things here, and that's why leaving Io in was unique, but getting Kofi rest was also getting Jermaine, who had a great week of practice on the court, was really important as well. So it's on to the next, and keeping them healthy and safe, and the best, the least wear and tear is great.
Okay, we'll do Shannon Ryan. Go ahead, Shannon.
All right. Hi, Brad. Yeah, so Io mentioned, just these guys are having a lot of fun together. Trent mentioned just this real attention to detail and focus. And you've coached a lot of teams that have gone to the NCAA tournament, that have made some runs there. And I'm just wondering, what are some of the intangibles or heightened maybe emotions or things you notice when a team is peaking and kind of coming together at the right time?
Yeah, for one, and this sounds really, and this sounds corny. Okay, so I'm bad word, but it's smiles, and you've got to have guys that are enjoying what they're doing and enjoying doing it with each other, and this group is smiling a lot. The other part of that is the efficiency with which we can now get through practice. We don't have to spend X amount of time in practice. We can hit something, we can talk about it, and we can work on it 2 or 3 times. We don't have to do it 10. And that means mentally we're really focused and dialed in. And then when you get to be a point where you're playing hard, you don't have to coach effort, you can have a lot of fun. And I like seeing that right now. Now, every game's a new game and new opponent, and but I like seeing those things, and there are a lot of positive qualities going on with our team right now.
There did seem to be a lot of laughing at times on the quarter, just, big grins, anything that really, even in practices, that kind of, I don't know, stands out to you or makes you see like, okay, these guys are doing it, having those smiles, or some memories that pop out to you from recently here.
Yeah, and I mean, Shannon, I don't think there's one thing. I think one thing we have is personalities. Whether it's Trent dancing and I mean, Kofi never shuts up, and he's a comedian, and Io's a little more serious, but there's just a good they're trying to teach me how to dance. They're trying to get me, it's just one of those things that it's fun. And every day we kind of know the difference between serious work and playful fun. And again, I've said it many times, we're trying to make Oven fun in a year that's had a lot of challenges. So these guys are buying into all that. Great kids. We got great guys.
All right, thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Joey and then finish up with Jeremy. So go ahead, Joey Wagner.
I guess the natural follow-up, Brad, is how go the dancing lessons in Oven?
Well, they've got a really crappy participant. I mean, it is I don't know if any you guys have all seen Trent dance. Carbello can really dance. Kofi for 7 foot 300 is pretty good. I did some things with a soccer ball the other day, so maybe my footwork's getting a little better, but man, I'm no rhythm, they got a lot of work to do with me.
On a more serious note, Brad, you guys are pretty good when you have 6 guys who score at least 5 points. What does that do for you offensively to have it coming from everywhere? And how would you imagine that would be to try to defend?
Well, I think we've shown we've got guys who can make baskets, and to me that's unselfishness. When you understand that, you've got guys that can jump up and make shots. You've got guys that are willing to pass, and one of this team's best attributes is our passing. And not to go unnoticed tonight, we're the 27th assist.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll finish up with Jeremy. Go ahead, Jeremy Werner.
Hey, Brad. Marcus Carr in 3 games against you is shooting 25%, 35 points. Like, what does Trent Frazier do so well against him?
Never takes a play off. Trent's it's a great challenge for Trent because if you look at Marcus's legs, he's got big, strong legs. He's a powerful guy in his lower body, but Trent has a little bit of a quickness advantage maybe. He's able to pick him up. He's got great quickness. He can keep him in front. And Marcus is one of the best this league has to offer. So and the country, that guy's gonna be a draft pick. So but Trent never takes a play off. He takes great pride in that end. And I've said it many times, he's one of the best defenders in America, and tonight was very evidenced against a pro, and 6 steals and the half-court shot to go with it.
With his story about being kind of a scorer, not defender, and now a defender, what does that set for Andre and Adam and just your culture of what you want to do?
Well, I think both those guys are going to be elite defenders. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind. They all have the tools to be that. And, now it's just gaining the experience that Trent has and the anticipation. And, Both those guys are elite, and you know, when you've got Trent demanding it every single day in practice, you know, and for lack of a better term, he's the Energizer Bunny. He never takes a day off, and he gets really mad at me when I take him out in practice because he wants to be out there all the time. So, pretty good culture guy.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, Coach. Thank you much. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.